Loki Series 1, Episode 6, title For All Time Always. And this is the final episode of Series 1, which I can officially say. It's the final episode of Series 1. Because the post-credit sequence is just them announcing, yeah, we're going to do a Season 2. And I'm like, you better hope so you did a Season 2. With the ending like that, it's like, that's not a satisfying ending. That's not answering all the questions. That's not doing this and this and this and this and this. Yeah, it's like, okay, we got another season. Cool. We can. Those questions that we have will be answered later. Cool, awesome, great. Anyway. But this is a hard episode to talk about. And I'll try my hardest not to break spoilers because it is the episode where we meet the person behind the TVA. The person who created the TVA, who created the whole the variants and the sacred timeline, and is actually the true timekeeper, and we get to see those moments and meet this character, and without hitting spoilers, it's pretty well done. It's a really good episode of a good. You know what? It feels like we just saw Infinity War. And we realized we had to wait like another year or two for Endgame, and that's what this episode felt like. And it was what took me surprised while watching it is how different it was from how WandaVision wanted the final episode to be, and how Falcon Winter Soldier wanted the final episode to be, because those two shows had the Big Bang Boom final explosion superhero battle action for the final episode, which I love and great, and you know, WandaVision, you know, had a fantastic final episode and all that kind of stuff, and Falcon Winter Soldier had, you know, it was fine, it was good. Well, this one they kind of went for Loki. They kind of went for the setup, you know, like it felt very Game of Thronesy if you think about it, where you had the second last episode being is your spectacle episode. And then the final episode is your setup for the next season episode, where it is here's the main players, or one of the main players for the next season. This is the situation that we're in. This is how we're going to do it, and how and why, and have us be hooked by this episode. So we want when season 2, whenever that comes around, we can get that on. It'd be like, you know, we want to watch episode 7 kind of thing, and it's handled pretty well. I mean, fine, like you can kind of sense like, okay, you can kind of see how it would link to certain other MCU properties that are on the way, kind of, you know, Doctor Strange and Spider-Man and Ant-Man and those movies and properties that we know are on the horizon. But when we meet the man and woman behind the curtain, you can tell this actor or this person was having a lot of fun. They went for the kooky route, being the whole like, I'm the guy who's behind everything, and you can tell like they were having a lot of, you know, fun with the whole thing of you have a reason to go over the top. You are basically the mad scientist. So that was I mean, here's the thing. I'm trying to tiptoe so much of this, but it's handled really well. Like, it's weird because episode 3 I thought was the weakest, and then 5 was fine with spectacle but didn't really enhance the plot as much. And then 4 was okay because they were trying to build up this relationship between Loki and Sylvie. I couldn't actually feel that relationship at the time. So it was kind of interesting to watch it and watch this episode, and you'd be like, huh, okay. In a way, it's full, you know, I enjoy, you know, this is a good way to wrap it up. This is a good way to wrap up a portion of the story. Now, there are still some questions missing, like why did Sylvie got turned into a variant? Even though maybe they indicated that they're not going to talk about it, it doesn't matter, and who cares, that type of thing. But maybe it's one of those things where, you know, they thought you know, they told us it doesn't matter, and we tell them, yeah, it does matter. You should tell us as the audience why did Sylvie became Bavarian, because she was only a child. So there's also that. I'm so trying to tiptoe here. I feel like I'm doing WandaVision again, where each time I was talking about WandaVision, I was like, oh god, yeah, this is good, fine, great. You know, I think the next Marvel property is What If, and I will be covering that. So yeah, comment below what you think of the show. I do think it's the weakest out of the three. You know, WandaVision, Falcon. Actually, my order of my opinion of the shows are the order the shows came out. Like, I think WandaVision's the best show that Marvel Studios has put out so far. And then it's Falcon Winter Soldier, and then Loki, just because of episode 3, 4, and 5. But it's yeah, I'm trying my hardest not to spoilers. But comment below what you think of the episode. You know, are you excited for season 2? Are you excited for season